So I wasn't someone who had the best childhood experiences. I experienced a lot of traumatic events in my early years, from seeing my parents fight to not seeing my father for over 15 years, to getting bullied a lot in school because I could not speak a single word of English coming from France to the UK. Yeah, there were a lot of dark moments in my life. Moments that I would not wish on anyone. It does break you as a person and crushes your soul. These experiences stay with you for a very long time and somehow shape you to be the person that you are today. So I thought I wanted to share how those traumatic experiences shaped my life and what I've learned from them. No filter, just pure honesty. If you have gone through something traumatic in your life or are currently going through it, I hope this video will help you to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel and all is not dark. The first lesson I learned is you can either let trauma drown you or let it fuel you. When you are going through something traumatic, it's easy to let that experience drown you. There's a lot of hurt, a lot of anger, a lot of pain, and those emotions are very strong, very powerful, that can hold you down. We then start making excuses when we are not where we want to be because of our past traumas. We lack the self-belief because of what happened to us and let that dictate our life. When I was going through these traumatic experiences, in the moment, I was severely down, severely hurt, severely broken. It was very painful. As time went, I would have flashbacks of those moments coming to my mind. Somehow I was attached to the hurt, like I did not want to let it go or forget it. Somehow that hurt was familiar and you make yourself feel comfortable in it because that is all you know. It's interesting because as humans, we don't like change. So even if we went through something that's traumatic, somehow that's still familiar to us. The problem comes when you're stuck in the past and can't move forward. You see, as much as I would have those flashbacks, I use the hurt to my advantage. I use those raw emotions to go after whatever I set my mind to, a vision, a goal. That is extremely powerful. You are driven by pure raw emotions. That can't be beaten. In this case, emotions trump logic. When you have emotions on your side, you can move mountains. It's definitely not easy, but the alternative is to have a negative narrative for the rest of your life. I didn't want that. I used that trauma to propel myself in life. I said to myself, I'm not going to be like these people who are small-minded, narrow-minded, and stay in their comfort zone, never growing, never pushing themselves. That is not going to be me. These experiences that I had to go through are battle scars, and it built up my capacity to endure tough situations like starting a business from zero and having to deal with years and years of rejections, nothing working, and the mental torture that comes with it. Situations where I had to deal with many landlords trying to con me through contractual agreements for premises. Situations where I had to go and see my father for the first time in over 15 years. Now, I can use that to my advantage or think that I'm just not good enough and give up on life. If you're going through a painful period, understand that first, it won't be forever. Second, it's shaping you to become wiser and sharper. Use this experience as a stepping stone to sharpen your iron, for you to sharpen your character, for you to sharpen your resolve. If everything goes well in your life, where is the growth? I know it's not easy as you're going through it, but if you're able to look at it as I'm going to grow from this experience, I guarantee you, when you look at this moment, it will be a moment of triumph and achievement. The second lesson I learned is you build capacity to endure more. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, but actually going through traumatic experiences will build your endurance more. As humans, we are very good at adapting, especially when we have no choice but to adapt. Going through difficult periods of pain and challenges will only increase your capacity to endure more. A great analogy for this is when you go to the gym and build muscle or do cardio to lose weight. At the beginning, it's very difficult and not easy. Your body and mind is not used to this, but as you endure more, both your mind and body start adapting, and you are able to now lift more weights and run for longer periods of time. This is you building your capacity to do more. I look at traumatic experiences in a similar way, in that if you have gone through something very painful, your tolerance to pain will only increase, which means that you are able to take on more difficult challenges because of what you have gone through. That's a very good thing. Most people at the sight of pain will move away, but that's where they stop their growth and capacity to do more. They fear the pain and don't go towards it and overcome it. But you are different. You went through pain before, so any new challenges that come your way, you know you will overcome it because of what you've been through and how strong you have become. It's inevitable. That puts you in a very strong position when you tackle life's challenges. Enduring pain is part of life. You can't escape from it. And if you do escape from it, I guarantee you it will always come back in some shape or form. Endure the pain, overcome it, learn from it, and see how your capacity to endure life's challenges increases. The third lesson I learned is you become more self-aware. As you go through these traumatic experiences, you start asking questions about yourself and start to look inwards. Questions that you are still trying to find the answers to. Not seeing seeing my father for over 15 years made me question a lot of things. Who am I? What is my identity? What are my values and principles? A lot of these things you will learn from your father, or at least get some sort of insights. But because I did not have that, I had to do a lot of self-reflection, understanding myself, why I think in certain ways, why I conduct in certain ways. These were self-discovery questions that I had to put on myself so I can start figuring out who I am. That traumatic experience led me to look inwards as opposed to outwards. It made me look at myself and who I wanted to be. There's a saying from Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, and I completely agree with that. If you don't know who you are, then the world will dictate who you are. The best thing you can do for your life is knowing and figuring out who you are. This is not an overnight work. This is a long-term work. It takes time, patience, and many setbacks. Yes, that also includes going through traumatic experiences to figure out who you are. You will look more inwards and ask yourself more questions the moment you become more and more self-aware. The beautiful thing about this is you will start cutting people and things that bring no value to your life, because you are now going on the path that you are meant to be going on. A lot of us don't look inwards. It's too painful. We don't want to face the truth. But you have to ask yourself this: if you can't face the truth now, do you think it's going to get better in the long run? It won't. You are just hiding it under the carpet, hoping it will go away. Facing the truth and looking inwards at yourself will be a very liberating experience for you. You don't have to run away anymore. You don't have to be scared. You can face it head on. Let it fuel you to face your demons, because once you face those demons, they are not demons anymore. They become nothing, and you can grow and move forward with your life. The fourth lesson I learned is you build a thicker skin. When you have gone through difficult, challenging periods, you harden yourself. You are able to withstand more and difficult challenges because of what you have gone through. And this is the thing about going through traumatic experience, is that a lot of people think that because the experience was bad, we are not going to be able to grow from it, and this is our reality. But that is not the case. It is all about the lenses that you look through. A lot of these experiences, if you look at it in a positive and in a growth mindset, you will see that you will build a thicker skin from it. And a thicker skin does not mean you harden yourself so much that you are not able to relate with other people, or are this narcissist and bitter person. No, building a thicker skin means that you know when you see things that are not right, and you will be able to rise above it. You will have the resolve and the character to overcome it because of the things that you have gone through. Building a thicker skin is a good thing, because it means that you are not a pushover. You are not someone who other people can take advantage of, because now you know what your values and principles are. You know what you stand for, and you know what you want. So when you have those things in your mind and you know exactly where you're going, people will know, people will feel it. So in the future, when something bad happens or something traumatic happens, you know how to handle it. You're not going to be the person that's going to be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? This is so difficult. Except no, you're going to be the calm one. You're going to be the wise one. You're the one who's going to be strategizing, like, okay, I know this has happened before. I can see the pattern here, and this is what we're going to do. You are the one that's going to know how to resolve this, but at the same time, not lose your head. Building a thicker skin allows you to be able to do that. Building a thicker skin means that you are able to withstand more of the difficult challenges that life is going to throw at you, because of the resolve that you built, of the character that you built through your past experiences. It's a good thing, but a lot of people look at traumatic experiences as a bad thing, and as a result of that, they play this victim mode. They play this victimhood, that because of those experiences happening to them, those bad experiences, they don't think, or they can't see light at the end of the tunnel. But if you're able to look at these experiences in a way that, hold up, this has happened for a reason. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? If you're able to look at it like that, trust me, your growth is going to be exponential. These traumatic experiences that happen to you happen for a reason. And if you're able to look at it in a way that's going to propel you to the next stage, you will get very far. Everything starts from zero. When you're going to start. Peace.